Cole Medina and shit, you know what I'm saying? Cole Medina, you know what I'm saying? It's pure Cole Medina, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Remember to keep your guard, keep your stuff private. Yeah, just keep it private, man. Pay attention to the community guidelines. Yeah, just be kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Captain D's Mexican Indy 500. What's the temperature out here today? It's Cole Medina. That Daisy's tripping. Hey, little Lou, how you doing? Like that new hairdo? Looking good on you. How's it over there in the UK? You having some crumpets and tea? Good. You eating some crumpets and tea today? I already got them. I already did my interviews. I'm not giving the exact location anymore. Too many stalkers. I'm also not giving a way to contact these people directly. These stalkers make up this bullshit and emailing them and stuff. Those days are over. I already got a whole SD card full of interviews. Gonna get some more too. Oh, chilly. All right. That a girl. It's easy to have a gun permit down here too, so I'm not worried about it. It's not like Detroit where I had that damn medicinal marijuana. I didn't even get it for myself. Medicinal marijuana card. I couldn't carry a gun, but those days are over. They call me Blast down here. You try some of that bullshit they did in Detroit down here, they're gonna be planning some funerals. Oh yeah, don't worry about me. You better worry about them. That's it. I'm gonna lay it all on the line this time. I got cameras rolling you can't even see. I'm gonna give it to my defense attorney. They're gonna get the room temperature challenge. I got it down, man. I already made friends at these businesses. Told them what my intentions are. Let them watch my channel. They said, come on down anytime. Do whatever the hell you feel like. Detroit, that's a different story because, they just arrested 2 cops this morning for a home invasion. 2 young female cops. You call the cops there and you got bigger problems. The cops are showing up. Now they're going to make up some bullshit. No way. I'm not going back there. Too dangerous. I already talked to the sheriff over here too, told him what I was doing. He gave me his cell phone number. He said you got a right to defend yourself. You have any problems, you just call. Yeah, big difference. That's just not like driving down on the stroll. They'd have found me dead down there. Daisy running down the streets, nobody knew where she came from. Not happening. I'm not a total idiot. The big worry there was the lack of support. These damn cops are insecure. They think you're making them look bad, even though you're doing innocent interviews, handing out clothes, food. It gets all twisted around with these stalkers telling them I'm enabling them, giving them drug money, making the neighborhoods worse. Before you know it, you got one of these kooks believing this shit, and he's got some authority. Nuh-uh. That's where I draw the line. They welcome me with open arms here. They say, Tom, you're a good man. It's nice what you do. You have any bullshit going on, you call this number. Well, I don't know if I'm smart or not, but I'm not dumb enough to think that you can just keep on going down to a place where people have bought into bullshit with corrupt cops and expect to make it long term. These losers, their mentality is if they put one between my eyes, they think that would help their YouTube channel. That's how stupid they are. Really, they think that they got nothing to lose. Their life sucks. Oh, you changed it again. Oh, that looks good too, Little Lou. Looks like the same one to me. Hell yeah. Down here I got solidarity support. I think I got 6 interviews today, maybe 7. I'm gonna get 7 more too. I'm gonna come over to the UK. Little Lou's gonna line me up. Her daughter's a police officer. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. It's cold Medina. I got a hot Krispy Kreme donut this morning. I bought a few for the homeless too. Hot donuts. Hey, Penny. Oh, there's a lot. What do you mean, where's that much homeless? Where's small town? What are you talking about? I'm good because I got about 7 interviews already and it's only 1 o'clock. I'm back in the thick of things now. No, I didn't watch it. Now we're sick of all that stuff over here. We like the kids that are like defecting from the royal family. That fits the United States more. You know, a bunch of Yahoo crazies, you know, telling the parents to stuff it. That's what the U.S. gets out of drama. You know, telling the royal family to pound sand. Oh no, I'm not here. No, this is a big town. No, there's no homeless where I live. No, I have to travel. I have to hit the road. But I'm getting to know a lot of people down here, including the cops and these business owners. And they said to me, "Excuse me, sir." It's like, yeah. It's like, "Are you the chosen one from Detroit?" It's like, "Yeah, I am." They give me a big hug and I can't like get them to let go. And they said, "Are you going to be doing interviews down here?" It's like, "I hope so." It's like, "Well, we hope you are too." And we've already talked to the police department. And we support you, and you can come here and do interviews in our property. And we thank you for what you're doing. And I'm thinking to myself, is this a dream? Am I dreaming? Is this a mirage of some kind? Yeah. Hey, Mary. I got 7 interviews already. Only 1 o'clock. I'm getting hugs from people. They say, "Are you the chosen one from Detroit?" I said, "I am." Hey, MK. They said, "We're so glad to have you down here." You know, because my fast internet's installed now. Now, I don't have my router. I don't get that till Monday. The only reason I didn't have the router by now is because I read some articles that even though you have the fastest router available, that it affects streaming videos. Well, Marty watches a lot of movies and bullshit. So I wasn't going to he's nice enough to do all this. And then I'm going to get something that I know is going to affect what he likes. So I just didn't want to pull the trigger on the router. And then I finally talked to people that knew what they were doing. So I ordered it late. But I can plug right into this box they have. It's not really a modem. It's something different. Theirs is set up different because it's fiber optic. I got 1 gigabyte speeds. I can watch 4 porno movies at once with no buffering. I uploaded a 6.5-hour tree video in 7 minutes. Now, it was only 1080p. It wasn't 4K, but I did all these videos in 4K. And I'll have every video uploaded in like 5 minutes. So great, man. Yeah, big time. Mostly meth, though. Not as much heroin. A lot of meth around here. And the prostitution's done all on phones and stuff. You're not going to see them walking up and down the street up here. You know, the thing about the prostitution, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I kind of have like morphed over into homeless because the fucking YouTube, man, you know, they're always changing their policies. They make you or break you. And I'm on their shit list now, and I have been for quite a while. But I don't really care because I don't depend on it for income. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd rather be popular and have them like me and get new subscribers. It's fun, the interaction. But I'm not going to sell my soul for it. And they don't want you talking about drugs now. So if you're not talking to a prostitute about drugs, they don't want you talking about blowjobs either. So basically, the way it's set up now, nobody's going to know I'm uploading interviews if I stick to YouTube's policies. So fucking what's the sense of it? You know what I mean? And it's not that big of an issue here because I think even if I had a chance, I couldn't really interview prostitutes because they're all working off their phones. You know, out of these hotels. I mean, I would if I could, but I'm not monetizing them anyway. So if I get an opportunity, I would. But if I had my druthers, I'd rather have people watch them than not. And talking about drugs and blowjobs gets my videos sent into the trash can the second I upload them. Unless you know me from the old days, you're not going to find me as a new guy interviewing people because YouTube doesn't want their digital advertising to have guys like me popping up in the middle of it. I don't blame them, really. In the old days, it was like they were only looking for views and what interested people. Well, that's not how it is anymore. Now it's clean content, no controversy, and, you know, they don't need to babysit guys like me if I'm checking off the boxes correctly. And if you don't check off the boxes correctly when you upload a video, they'll start fucking with you that way too, saying that you're not abiding by the upload laws and all this bullshit policies. You can't win with those people, man. I've got a perfect record with them on grading my own videos. Like, since I'm not monetizing them, I don't care. So I will, if I could run into some prostitutes, I'm going to ask them about drug use, and I'm going to ask them about prices of blowjobs and all that shit, because I'm answering the questions honestly. Now, what's the downside of that? The downside is they're not going to recommend my videos, but I don't really care that much. Like I said, I'd rather them recommend me than not, but I'm not depending on it. I'd rather be like balls out, get to the truth, and not worry about a little Bo Peep commercial coming up in the middle of a discussion about 69 and in a grass field. So I'm not what YouTube's looking for anymore. There's no money in me. You take care, Mary. Oh, good. Get some video of that. Get some video. Take a couple preventative anti-inflammatories. Pop a couple ibuprofens. So that's the way I'm going to do it now. That's the way I do it. So I'm on the edge of like uh, fading into oblivion, but I'm fine with it. But I don't trust YouTube. I don't. I don't. They're never going to tell you what their policy change is going to be. I mean, they will with obvious flagrant violations, but I mean they could be sitting around, and I just know too many examples of their constant changing policies. So if you tell the truth, you're fucked. If you don't tell the truth, you're fucked. So either I tell the truth on my uploads or I stay away from what they don't want, one or the other. But I'll never get subscribers and views like I used to. And that's because I'm on the shit list, but I'm fine with it. Nothing I can do. They make you and they break you. Monkey see, monkey do. Yeah, it's even worse, weird, stricter guidelines than TV. Yeah, some IT guy, some programmer is, I've been through artificial intelligence. There's an asterisk on my channel, and automatically through modern technology, my stuff goes into the garbage bin. Yeah, I know I say it doesn't bother me. Which, if it doesn't bother me, why do I talk about it so much? It's a good question. Because it does bother me. But not to the point where it's going to change my behavior. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep on doing what I'm going to do. You might come on there someday and say, channel can't be found. I've come close a couple of times, I know that. I'm not even doing much. Are you kidding me? I mean, shit. I said to YouTube, I know Little Lou in the UK, I know Penny in Texas, and I know Mary in upper northern Michigan. Get off my ass. Yeah, and I cook brisket too. You want to ding me? You don't want my brisket coming up? I'm a pit master. Right on, Little Lou. Yeah, I mean, it's not like a perfect channel. It's not Bible Hour. It's not French finishing school. It's not, how to emulate the upper echelon etiquette. It's balls out, wango tango, Ted Nugent. Balls out, wango tango, Ted Nugent. Master Pit Barbecue. Yeah. All you gotta do is get familiar with your smoker, which isn't easy, believe it or not. They got dead spots and hot spots, and places doesn't cook for shit, places it cooks too hot. And you find that out, that's the first thing, by fucking up a couple briskets like I did. And then you just watch that temperature and keep it as low as you can, around 225. You try not to watch too much porn on your phone. And when it spikes up to 350 because you were watching Debbie Does Dallas, you have to open the lid because I don't want it cooking at 350 for very long. Then you wait 5 or 6 hours. Look at the digital thermometer. Once it hits like 202, 203, just pull the fucking thing out. It's done. It's not rocket science. Hey, Rita. It's not. I mean, they act like this is brain surgery. I can't stand listening to a lot of these brisket things. I mean, these guys talk like they walk on water because they cooked a piece of meat right. It took me a few briskets. Not anymore. I got it down. And I have a cheap barbecue. I have the lowest level you can get almost. I did a couple mods that I watched from guys that had more experience than me. But if I had a double insulated 650 pound 60-inch cooking chamber smoker, I'd enter those. I wouldn't enter those national competitions because I don't care if they like it or they don't. It's subjective, right? It doesn't. Who knows if the best brisket ever wins or not? But I know if I had like an upper echelon, top-notch smoker, I could compete with these guys. That's what it is. It's equipment and choice, not choice, prime brisket, and watching the temperature. That's it. There's nothing else. And then rest it. Put it in a cooler for a couple hours. That's it. Hey, Pug. Hey, T-Fi. Yeah, I mean, I'll give some brisket classes, man. It's so easy. And grilling's even easier. Cooking pork, you could be retarded and win first prize in a pork cooking contest. I'm not kidding you. You can't really overcook it. You'd have to keep it in there like for a year. It's not like brisket, so you're not making it any softer. And the wood smoke makes anything taste good. So you put a temperature probe in that baby, slice it up, make a killing. But grilling is easy. The only thing that's a little tricky is that smoking brisket. All the pork and all that other bullshit, cooking stuff on a grill, an idiot could do. Yeah. Anybody could do it, I'm telling you. I tell you if it's hard or something like that. Same with flying lessons. I used to take, when I was flying a lot, I'd take people for rides that were like quitting flying and struggling. It's like, I just tell them, man, what is the problem here? And they'd say, well, I get nervous when I'm landing, and, you know, my instructor's a dick, which is a good possibility. Believe me, nobody went through more instructors than I did. And it's like, I just get nervous. And so, what? And I said, okay, I know what happened then. It's like, well, what happened? It's like they broke your confidence. You know, you're on pins and needles. No matter what you do, you know, you can't do this right. So why don't you let me take you flying, and you can get in the left seat, and let me show you how to do this shit. And you don't need to be thinking this. You just do whatever you want. I'm going to let you land this thing, man. I'm not going to say a word unless I think you're going to bend the airplane. And even if then, worst I'll do, take the controls away from you and smooth out the landing. Happened to me. People did it for me. But don't you worry about me second judging you, picking on you. And let's just go up there and I'll give you, if you want to know something, just ask me. And we'll have these damn landings down in another hour or two. And at least when you're doing one, you're not going to be nerve-wracked. Everybody fucks up landings here and there. And I did it to probably 20 people in 20 years. I did to a lot of blacks too, believe it or not. That's where you notice the subtleties in racism. You could tell they treated these black people different. You know, not like rude or you can't fly here, and nothing as egregious as that. But just like a vibe of not friendly. I helped about it, a bunch of them out too. I still get an email from a captain on American now. Said he didn't think he'd ever went into flying if he had met me. No shit. And all I did was take him up on one of those 2-hour things. Let him just do whatever he wanted. Hey, GMA. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's okay. It's no problem. Yeah, I think it's cool, man. I mean, and I said, and people too, like, I said if I ever got my damn pilot's license, which took forever, by the way, people sitting at picnic tables and stuff, you know, like where you go by to taxi, watching planes. They like planes. And I thought, man, if I ever get my pilot's license, man, anybody I see sitting at that table, I'm going to pull over. Park. There's a place you could pull over near the terminal. I'm going to ask them if they want to go for a ride. I did, too. Didn't miss one. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird that there's not more of that, you know what I mean? There are people out there. I mean, I wasn't the only guy doing it, but not that many when you consider the whole thing, you know? GMA, how you doing? Yeah, Pug's they're really cracking down on that emotional support bullshit. I mean, I'm saying bullshit facetiously, but I mean, It isn't a slam dunk like it used to be, because of people abusing it. So rather than just get it rubber stamped because you need it, now they're like looking at it with a fine tooth comb. Yeah, they overcomplicate things. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Well, the problem with aviation is you've got the worst people doing it. You got people that have no intentions of ever teaching. They don't want to teach. It's the only way you can build hours, though, for your next step of your career. So you're forced into something that you don't like to do, and everybody knows what kind of result that garners. And they're just shitty teachers. I mean, I like teaching people when they're the underdog, but I don't want to be teaching people when they're not. Isn't that weird? It's just how I'm wired. I never want to teach like people that like came from like good backgrounds and everything worked out for them. It just would be too boring to me. No, I got 7 interviews, I think, already. 7 interviews already. $29.95. You people aren't watching them for free anymore. You're gonna have to pay for them. You gotta send me a PayPal or it's gonna be one big black screen. You know what's interesting about these homeless and stuff, like where I am today? Is they're the same wherever I go. The exact same personalities. Their attitude, their paranoia, their skepticism, their plight, the way they got there. It's just like a carbon copy. I mean, with exception, I'm talking about in general. Like today, when I first came down here, they were very skeptical of me. How did they know I wasn't going to do this and I wasn't going to do that? And, they just didn't feel comfortable. It's like, all right, okay, don't do it then. I get that. They've been fucked and used and taken advantage of and discriminated against. And why would they think that was any different? Yeah, good. Let them have it. Yeah, tell them to quit fucking around. Tell them you're going to get a Jewish lawyer. That'll get their fucking attention. And that you're being discriminated against and that you're afraid your life's in peril as a result of their negligent concerns. And if anything happens to you, they're going to be sued. That'll get their attention. I mean, it's not like you're asking for a fucking pet African elephant. Give me their goddamn number. I'll call them up. Dumb motherfuckers. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit, man. That's what Marty and I do. Good guy, bad guy. Marty's like the nicest guy in the world. I'm a nice guy most of the time. But if I get pissed off, I'm not so nice. And actually, I kind of look forward to getting pissed off because I get to go balls out and really like tell them off and shit like that. I'm careful about it though. It doesn't really cost me anything. But old Marty and I have played the good guy, bad guy, and it works like a charm. They say, how'd you ever meet that kook? It's like, yeah, I'm a kook because I called you out on what an incompetent moron you are. That's not a kook. You're the problem in this equation, not me. You got a personality. You just got to go with it. Can't curtail it. Balls out. I mean, you could say I fucked up, but in my mind, I didn't. I had good accounts when I was doing PI work, and if it just went south, and they were getting weird or demanding, or and kind of insinuating that I wasn't doing a good enough job, and I better like do better, I'd say, hey. This is exactly how I'd put it. It's like, hey, Madeline, we've worked together about 10 years, Yeah, we have. It's like, and Madeline, things just aren't what they used to be. She said, what do you mean? It's like, well, what I mean is you complain about everything. I charge too much. I'm not getting enough people in compromising positions and surveillance. For the last, 18 months, you're just critical of everything I do. And even when I get something, it was like the old days. you nitpick and you find something wrong with it. And I've just decided that the articles that I've read that say that 99% of your problems are through 1% of your clientele, and that's you. And I don't want to do any more work for you anymore. She said, well, I got some personal problems. Like, I don't care. I don't want to do any work for you anymore. And you can tell your supervisor, and if you want to just ban me from your company, you can go ahead and do it. But I'll do work for the other people, but I just don't want to deal with you, not unless there's a major personality change and you learn how to treat people. No shit, I did it. Oh, I will. Yeah, a lot of dogs need a place to live. I'll tell you, that's another thing there's some suspiciousness on some of this dog bullshit too. There really is some odd stuff. It's not all like big fluffy blankets and happily ever after. I've checked a few of them out, but I still got my radar on. I got my radar on all the time. Daisy's got her radar on too. Because Daisy says, Dad, if you're doing interviews, I want to go with you. And I will bite the hell out of anybody that sticks their hand in this truck. And I said, chill, Daisy. Yeah, the dead cows on that. That's just a strange guy. He got prosecuted not over that, but over things linked to that. Stolen fertilizer. Now he's trying to pass it off on bad employees. I don't know. He's got a brother that owned like a 6,000 acre place where you could ride ATVs and shit like that. You can look it up. Look up ATV accident, Union Point, Georgia. That's his brother. And anyway, they got a $32 million verdict because a dentist was riding an ATV and a tree fell and it killed him. And they just tacked on like $5 more million in legal fees. But somehow these guys have, amassed some money different ways. I really don't know about. There's something odd with that dead cattle thing, but is that turbocharger? There's something odd about it, but I'd be guessing, and I don't want to make something up. It's a weird deal because they really don't have that much cattle, and the idea that there's constantly a pile of dead ones is really weird. But they're on his ass huge about it, and I know he was in jail. That's all I know. Actually, I know his neighbor, who said he's not a bad guy. I will update you. Stealing Canadian geese and lambs? Wow. Yeah, very weird. It's weird. I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to like make up stuff, I don't know why. But they're not there anymore. And the interesting thing about that is you'd think that if you were going to be doing some shit like that, I mean, scratch how they died or why they died. In another 60 seconds, you could have pushed those cows over a little brim right there in the road where nobody could have seen them. I mean, how can you be that lazy and draw that much attention to yourself when in another minute nobody would have saw any of them? That's the thing that sticks out the most to me. Well, by law, you got to bury them. That was one of the violations. They nailed them. They got to be 3 foot underground. Yeah. Yep. 3 foot underground. I mean, honestly, I don't have too big of a problem with that. Because honestly, I don't have a problem with leaving them out and the vultures eat them. But the way that it was set up down there with those tall trees, and then you got the expressway. Vultures aren't going in there like they would in an open field. They're not stupid. They don't let you catch them on the ground without a good way out. And it seems to me that when the wind shifts, they're not even going to take that chance. Those vultures look down, and over, the 150 million years they've been evolving, they have figured out by looking down what's a good place to land, what isn't. And a part of it is which way the wind's coming from. And if you notice, when all those, you didn't notice because I wasn't back there that much, but those vultures didn't mess with those dead cattle, and that's why. It just wasn't a safe place to land no matter how hungry they were. Yeah, it's fishy. Yeah, I got a book. I just skimmed through it. I haven't read it. It's The Ethical Dilemma with regard to eating meat. And in one of the books that I just happened to open a chapter and read, a few lines, and basically was the argument for eating meat and that human bodies are made for high protein levels, blah, blah, blah. And it really kind of stuck to me. And they said to even all the PETA people and the vegetarians and the vegans and all these people, that just by not eating meat isn't going to keep the animal from dying someday, which seems like a no-brainer. But if you think about it that way, that's true. But when you talk and you debate the ethics of eating meat with a meat eater or a non-meat eater, they always talk as if the animal's going to live with forever if you didn't kill it to consume. And that's just false. And arguably it's going to have a worse life towards the end of its life through health concerns that are skipped by when they get one between their eyes, when that meat is just right. Yeah. You know how it is, Penny. Looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, flies like a duck. Yeah, you're right. I agree. It's a duck. It's a duck. I'm going to get a gyro today with my girlfriend. I really like this waitress there. It's a Turkish family that owns it. I don't know if she's the owner or waitress. I think she's an owner. She reminds me of like a Turkish Mary Poppins. Always very polite, really refined, always has something positive to say. Not a bunch of chit-chat bullshit. She doesn't come up and it's like, oh, god damn, is it hot today? Oh, fuck, is it hot? 4 more months of this. She's just an excellent, nice lady that doesn't overdo the small talk, chit-chat bullshit. It's a duck, that's it. Yeah, walks like a duck, flies like a duck, quacks like a duck. That's a duck. That's a pretty good way of summing things up, isn't it? They say, I wonder if Johnny's gay. Johnny talks like he's gay, walks like he's gay, and has the lifestyle of a gay. Johnny is gay. Yeah, talk like a duck. I don't know anything about the cows found in Texas. What the hell's going out there now? What are they doing to those? I didn't know about that. I didn't even know about that shooting in Atlanta the other day. There's so many shootings down there, I get them mixed up. I'll send it to you. Oh, yeah, send me that article if you got it. I'll read it. I'll do it. Baskin Robbins. I'm surprised they're hanging in there. Certain companies have just dropped the ball on marketing. They just kept with something that was really popular at one time and really didn't improve it much. Kentucky Fried Chicken's one. Dunkin' Donuts has kind of floundered. Baskin Robbins too. Baskin Robbins used to be busy as hell in the 60s and 70s by themselves, not hooked to a donut shop. And now they got to join up with someone else just to be able to pay the monthly nut. This Starbucks, the one that I go to, this Starbucks, where's this fucking, They were closed today. Busy Saturday. Understaffed. Weren't going to open till noon. All right. Yeah, so give them to me. Send them to me. I'll send it to you. I wish I could jack off with something as simple as getting a hat sent to me. You are blessed. Wouldn't you say, hey, Pug is blessed, Tenny? I asked Rita about being blessed. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? She said, well, I'm blessed. It's like, well, what do you mean blessed? She said, well, the fucking water didn't, rise high enough to drown me in the top of the attic. Well, I didn't know that was blessed. Hey, Lona. How you doing? Hey, Simple Life. That's not blessed. That's lower water than you expected. It's messing up the nomenclature. What's going on there, Simple Life? How you doing down there? Baton Rouge. Nathan Millard. He was a church deacon till he went down there to where you live. Got drunk at a bar and told the guy walking down the street he wanted 2 hookers because he wanted some fun. He wanted to feel better. And he didn't want him being black. And he wanted to know where he could get some drugs. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, they found the old Bible-toting Christian wrapped up in a roll of carpet. Be careful what you wish for. Yep. For all we know, Nathan was going crazy. His wife has a criminal record. I looked her up too. She busted a cop in the mouth. That doesn't make her all bad, but she could be crazy. Could have been a bad cop. I don't know. I'd have to read it. I'd have to investigate it. They weren't really married either, which is, I don't know if that's neither here nor there. Old Nathan, he was just so well respected in his church. Now you can say, well, what does that have to do with a Christian going awry? And nothing. It's nothing. It's just an example of how Nathan presented himself and how Nathan's life ended. Diametrical opposites. Glass half full or empty? Yeah, I felt old sorry for Nathan. He said he just wanted to have fun. But, what I was going to say is, for all we know, Nathan was a miserable son of a bitch. His wife looked like she gained about 75 pounds. Now, before you get on me about that, I get it. People gain weight. Maybe she had a medical condition. You're never going to believe that she just got fat from gorging herself on cherry pies every day. But let's say she did. Nathan didn't find her sexually attractive anymore. He had blue balls. And he got tired of going to church because in his mind it went from, pleasing our Lord to just a bunch of boring bullshit. And he couldn't believe he was showing up every Sunday after being so miserable. So when he got a chance to stray or become liberated, he took full advantage of it, and it cost him his life. I don't know if embarrassing is the right word. I don't know if you could call that embarrassing. Unfortunate doesn't fit. His wife was no squeaky clean either. Now, does that mean that her live-in boyfriend, his life should end prematurely? Of course not. But it's gotta be like in a subtle secondary egg on your face story. She kissed him when he went out the door and never saw him again. Blown by 2 prostitutes, high on fentanyl where he overdosed and wrapped up in a carpet for his funeral. I couldn't help but wonder what the churchgoers thought of this. Because I bet you money that Nathan never had a chance to repent. I mean, how could you repent when you just took a shot of fentanyl and you thought it was going to be a good high and you never woke up again? Simple Life, would you say Nathan was covered or not? I mean, there's an 8 out of 10 chance he was a Baptist or a Church of Christ member over in that neighborhood. Do you think Nathan's still going to find the promised land, or or Satan put an end to that. Oh, a new modem. Interesting. That doesn't even seem possible. Good for you. So does that mean you're going to get that job now? I don't understand how the modem would have done that. Pellet grill. No, I meant to tell you, somebody told me about a pellet grill the other day. That's all he uses and just absolutely loves it. And he's actually placed fairly well at some competitions. The only knock that I've read on pellet grills is you don't get the same quality smoke. But, yeah, there's people out there that's all they use. Oh, congratulations. Oh, you have a pellet grill, not a pellet smoker? Oh, okay. Cool. Pellet grill. What are you cooking on it? Good for you. Hired you the first day. You stuck to it and got that fixed. That was the modem was the culprit, huh? Huh. I don't understand what the modem would have to do with a setting on the computer. That's interesting. But as soon as you plugged it in, did it go off? Who finally figured that out? Or did you just complain to your internet service provider and they said, well, let's try a modem? Oh, smokes and grills. Corn chicken. Oh, good. Good for you. Just think if old Nathan would have been a Catholic, he'd have had a shot at purgatory if he hadn't got some bad dope. Penny, you think old Nathan's going to heaven or hell? Oh, interesting. Yeah. No, I read when I thought about getting one. I mean, I know people that have pellet grills. Are you overweight? Are you overweight, Jeff? That seems to go hand in hand with buying pellet grills. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense then why you got a pellet grill. You couldn't help it. No, not from grilling, but there's a link to being overweight and buying pellet grills. I think it's to just looking at it on your phone and not out there slaving away like a loser like I do, looking at pieces of wood burning for 10 hours straight. No shit, I'm not kidding you about this. This is my unscientific study. Yeah, really, I mean, you know. No, little Lou was mentioning that. I don't care about what they do over there in the UK. It seems like the most boring group of people in the world. No wonder that fucking young kid left Harry. Couldn't fucking stand it anymore. He's banging his new mixed wife, learning all sorts of new sexual positions. You notice he didn't find a wife in the UK. It was missionary position only. Look at Home Depot delivering stuff. You look at legitimate builders, though. I mean, guys that really know their shit, that are trying to do something other than the cheap track house. They don't fuck with Home Depot. You can spend all day in there looking for a straight 2x4. Bunch of cheap ass shit. Yeah, it is simple. It is simple. All you got to worry about is pellets. That's it. Does everything. Jeff, maybe in a couple years you can have one that'll go out and buy the meat for you. Fucking traffic around here is such an ass kicker. Oh, good. That's next. I'm about ready to go attack a gyro. At Amazon's, you know, they're closing some of their centers. I think that party may be over compared to what it used to be. I don't know who's going to compete with them, though. I used to love Amazon till they started lying, letting people lie on those reviews. And then they went to verified purchase, and that was a bunch of bullshit, too. I mean, if you got a negative rating on Amazon, you could be giving away 1-carat diamonds and nobody'd want them. It's amazing how that flimsy, you know, bullshit way of grading things can control everything. Nothing. Mega Millions, nothing. I got one. It's nothing. None of the pots are worth a shit right now. Mega Million. Hey, Becca. How you doing? Where you been? I'm in Georgia. I don't know. Tribbles is probably in her bedroom with a big old French tickler. Patience, patience. Come on now. Patience. They're not from here. Yeah, I buy them all the time. I get them. I play every day almost. Poor man's tax. The lottery. That guy's got the same orange shoes I do. Yeah, I think it is. My patience is, I give myself a C for patience. You know? You know, this is like an old town. You can have the big tall signs. The ones that kill 3 people when they fall over. Look at these monsters. You go into like a progressive city, they call it. You know, where it's all carbon-free bullshit. Plugged in Teslas. You don't even know a fucking Dunkin' Donuts is there because they can't have a sign. Boulder, Colorado's like that. So's the airport at Denver. The sun set in. Super 8. I think Nathan. Well, I think if we're presuming that it's true, heaven and hell, I think he's going to heaven. Yeah, you know, because the only thing that I wonder about a little bit is that Nathan didn't have a chance to repent. Now, if he's Church of Christ or a Baptist, it doesn't matter because his salvation was locked up. You know? So I'd say heaven. I don't think he needed to repent. Yeah, I know all about that, White Boy Rick. I remember when that was going on. You know, I grew up around there. I remember that, yeah. I hope he's suing the FBI. I hope he prevails because as time goes on, you're finding more and more indiscretions in the federal government with regard to how they've framed someone, basically used him for all the info and then cast him out there to fend for themselves. And I think that's a White Boy Rick story. And with a good, shrewd attorney, that is if they haven't destroyed a bunch of records by now, I think they'll be able to prove that that's exactly what they did and they should be culpable for it. White Boy Rick. Yeah, I know. I know it. Yep. They've done worse shit like that too. The truth of the matter is, if you don't do stuff like that, you'd never convict people. They just hope they don't get caught at it. Look at Ollie North. They thought old Ollie was just going to bend over, and he fucked him good. That's why if you look at immunity agreements now, they're much different than they were before old Ollie stuffed it up their ass. They granted him immunity before them coming to an agreement on what he was going to testify and tell. And he got immunity. And then it came to court. And they said, Ollie, well, spill the beans. He said, I'm not saying a fucking thing. It's like, what do you mean? We gave you immunity. He said, that's your problem. Same thing Kelly Clarkson told The View. They said, Kelly, we want royalties from the music that you sang on the show. She said, fuck you. And they said, well, show me the contract. They didn't have one. Hey, Stephanie. We're partying over here, man. Getting ready to, thinking over a gyro, a Greek gyro. Yep. I think it's good, man. And man, the pollen around here today, it's not as bad. Yesterday, it was absolutely killer. I mean, like my head felt weird. My eyes felt like sore. I sneezed a lot. Amazon Prime free. Okay. Yeah, TV does suck big time. I watched the old ancient Secrets Uncover on Oxygen. The old Datelines. I've already watched the damn Forensic Files so many times I can't stand them anymore. You know, I see the other night they were playing City Confidential. They were narrated by Paul Winfield, which were really good. But they got some fucking white guy narrating, and it's just not the same. Paul Winfield's not the narrator. Forensic Files found that out. If it's not Peter Thomas narrating, nobody watches it. They don't even show him anymore. Same with Stacy Keach on American Greed. Once he kicks the bucket, they get somebody new, you know. Oh, Hulu and Netflix? Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good.
Wait a second, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I'm homeless. Can you help me out to get something to eat?
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
Good.
Hot out here, ain't it?
Yeah.
I tell you, I done got stuck down here, man, messing with those damn gypsies.
Oh, you did, huh?
You ever, they call them travelers.
Yeah, travelers, yeah.
And they ain't worth a damn, man. I'm telling you.
They'll rip you off.
Man, they ripping those folks off up there in Virginia and stuff.
Yeah.
They getting them for $250,000 job that they get, right?
Yeah.
And then what they do, they put gas and water in the paint and put it in the machine and they stir it up
Yeah.
and it come out, aluminum. And that's, they be painting shit like that. That's what we be painting.
Yeah,
Like
that's
just
fucked
like
up.
that. Spraying them in. When it rains, the water wash right off for it.
I'm talking to my friends. What's your name?
How you doing, Daryl?
Daryl, yeah. You from around here, Daryl?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, pleased to meet you.
Yes, sir.
You gonna get a coffee or what?
Coffee?
Is you gonna buy yourself a coffee now or what? What are you gonna
Oh,
get?
I don't want no coffee. I'm gonna buy me some heat.
All right.
Verbals.
You have a good day.
Yes, sir. You have a blessing.
You too.
Thank you.
Good talking to you. You're welcome.
Yes, sir. My pleasure.
All right. Take care. You too. Oh, thank you, Off Grid. Oh, okay. There you go. There's your girlfriend, Rob. Oh, good. The guy's towing a vacuum with him. Fuck yeah, of course you can have lunch money. Yeah, I give money. Big fucking deal. $5. Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to cancel out some of the porn I've watched. Yeah, I hope he goes and buys a pack of rubbers. I don't give strings attached when I give money on. I don't give a fuck what he does with it. Not my business. There's nothing worse than just seeing some old housewife. Here's $1. Now, I don't want you spending it on drugs. I just want to go over and smack that bitch. You don't want him spending it on what? You gave him a fucking dollar on what? Like a millionth of a fucking gram of meth? You dingy old bitch. Fuck yeah. I mean, I hear this kind of bullshit nonstop. What are these guys doing? These Mexicans probably just got done working a 20-hour shift. Fuck. Fucking grass would be 10 foot everywhere in this country if it wasn't for Mexican landscapers. These motherfuckers don't know what getting tired is. Yeah, I don't know if that's true, you know? Fuck yeah. I don't, now, some motherfucker's out there trying to put a comment on my stuff now, but he can't because I blocked him already, that I'm enabling people. Fuck. Rob, your girlfriend wants to know what you're up to today. He's probably watching some porn. Yeah. I'm not kidding you. Now, this has got to be a white guy with a jacked up car. The blacks don't go for this too much. It's my racially profiling. Ah, they're dark windows. No, it's a black. My mistake. Got a turbocharger in that. You know, believe it or not, this F-150 has a turbocharger in it. Can you believe it? What's up? Some weird shit around here. Oh, sorry about that. I like that color right there, that beige color Toyota has. It's like a Band-Aid. Storming, huh? Yeah, I wish we'd get a storm. Well, I think I'm gonna start this beast up and go get that gyro. It's a bitch turning left out of here. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. It's supposed to be cool today, 75. That's not bad. I got lucky. Sunset Strip. Fuck yeah. Let's chill. You know, it's been the first time I've been out doing interviews in fucking over, God, probably a year and a half. See ya, Chow Wu Sun, loser. See ya, loser. Fucking troublemaking gook. Yeah, yep, Tzatziki. I get a gyro and then I get an order of hummus too. Right now I'm looking in the rearview mirror practicing, not looking at these 36 double Ds the waitress has. I mean, these bras gotta cost her $200 a piece, wherever she can find them. And she covers them as best she can, which does nothing around a pervert like me. She has to say to me 3 times, "What would you like today?" Because I'm trying to concentrate on not staring at her giant breasts. I said, "What would I like today?" Oh, that's right. Where am I? Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, her back hurts. Yeah. Well, she certainly earned it. And she's just so sweet and innocent. I want to congratulate the guy and give him a big hug that's dating her. Because the patience this guy must have mustered to just not bring it up, for one. Act like it didn't matter that she had just the most biggest, beautiful, gorgeous cleavage in the world. Just acted like it was her mind that he was attracted to. I mean, it's a good thing Pinocchio was nothing but a fabricated story. Because this guy would have been in, yeah, look in her eyes. Yeah, try and look in her eyes. She said, "What can I get you today?" And I'm thinking, the guy who is dating her? I mean, is he still doing jumping jacks? I mean, how do you pull this off? I mean, is it possible for a girl with a body like this to just date a guy that isn't a breast man? I practiced a whole shtick on how breast size really didn't matter. It's like, I bet she never makes a comment on him either. She brought up breast reduction, be like the biggest argument she's ever had in her life. I mean, these are real day-to-day life scenarios. Yeah, it's Daisy snoozing. Yep, right there. Yep. Yeah, I'm sure she does, but I would give myself A plus because I like talking to her. She's really nice. It's kind of like best of both worlds. I mean, she's a great conversationalist. She's good, but at the same time, my brain saying to me, "God damn, look at the tits on this girl." And I'm trying to have a conversation. It's like juggling. Yeah, I'm sure she watches me, but I'm on to that one, man. You know, I keep looking around the restaurant for some flat-chested girls just to gaze over there, so hopefully she catches it. I'm hoping one day she just says, "Tom, I've kind of got to know you a little bit, and you seem like a good guy, and I know you like to read books, and I'd like you to come over and you think you'd be interested in going swimming in my backyard swimming pool?" It's like, yeah, yeah, yes, I would. Oh, would I? Yeah, I've gotten busted on that before. I've gotten busted on that before doing that shit, talking on live and stuff. I mean, other than going in there with a football helmet on backwards, I'm fucked. If she's watching the live, I don't think I've told her about YouTube. 99% of my friends, people I know, they don't even know I have a YouTube channel. To tell you the truth. And over the years, there's been like 10 people that have recognized my voice. Lamb is only part of it. It's mixed. It's lamb, beef, and other stuff. Yeah, Marty doesn't like lamb either. Yeah. This has been a great day. I haven't done shit. I went to bed early, man. Those fucking allergies were bothering me last night. And I got up early, hit the road early. I was here last night, but it was just dark, and then it started to rain. It's like, I came up here 2 days and couldn't get any interviews with a shit. And their gyro plates, I think it's overpriced. You should get more meat for what they charge. Right, Pug. Well, I think I'm gonna go in here and tear up this gyro, you guys. I'll be on later though. What I'm gonna do is get this gyro, ogle these just gorgeous breasts. So if you ever meet me in purpose and you don't have just a giant 36 double D rack, look, we're just friends. Don't feel bad about it. Yeah, I don't like Arby's gyros. These are homemade every day. I've got a guy that was in prison for triple murder that was paroled that makes them. But so what? He needed a job. You too, Penny. Thank you, Pug. Oh, it's going to be pleasant, all right. Is it ever? I wish she'd just nudge me and say, you know what, I'm quitting this job and going on OnlyFans tonight. See you, Rob. Congratulations on the job. Bye, Penny. See you, MK. You guys party on. I'm going to upload the videos tonight. $29.95. All right, MK. You rock. All right. Take care.